Hi, fourth graders. It's not my typical face you see in front of you. What you're seeing in front of you now is Oliver the cat connecting with the girls. He feels like he has friends. And of course, behind you'll see the girls have figured out their ladder. I mentioned that Dawson read something about chickens getting bored, so he decided to build a ladder for them to play on, and they figured it out. Good job, girls. Oliver, I think, wants to be inside with them. He's checking out the scene. All right, but let's get to the math. At this point, you guys are super close to being done this week. It's already, wow, midway. Today's lesson is dealing with metric units of capacity. So metric units of capacity, and I have a few things I want to touch base on about yesterday's, but I thought I'd remind you what capacity is. So capacity is the amount of something that can fill a vessel or a bowl. So what I have in front of me, this is actually made in Italy, and at the bottom it's a Baromarelli, and this is 1 liter. So this is what a liter looks like. So this is one unit you're going to see today. You're also going to see milliliters. Milliliters, I want you to think of milli again as 1,000. Milli are the small parts. And you would definitely not want to take an eyedropper, which is representative of a milliliter, and fill it up like this. Liters are bigger. So this is comparative to, like, in Europe, you would buy a liter of gas. It's about 4 of these to equal a gallon, a US gallon. So it's kind of small. This little tiny dish definitely would probably be easier or more practical to fill with an eyedropper. And if I were to fill this larger bowl to capacity with liquid, I'd want to use definitely my liter and not the eyedropper. Couldn't find our eyedropper, so those are just some things I wanted to remind you of. Okay, so I will go into the terms that you are going to use today. It's pretty, you see all the leaves on it? There's a lot of shadows. So a mnemonic device that will help you kind of remember the metric system, the links of the metric system, and you probably saw this on Tim and Moby, was King Henry doesn't usually drink chocolate milk. So remember that mnemonic device. King Henry doesn't usually drink chocolate milk. So this stands for kilometers, hectometer, I believe, decimeter, and decameter, deca, so it's bigger. And then usually is it called unit, it's just the unit. Drink would be the decimeter, chocolate is centimeter, and milk is milliliter. So it starts all based on the meter. So all of these are based on a meter. And I just wanted to review with you again what it looks like decimal or fraction wise. There are 1,000, 1 represented over 1,000, so 1/1000th, milliliters, millimeters in a meter stick. There are 100, again, centi means 100, milli means 1,000. There are 100 centimeters in a meter stick, so 1 over 100. And lastly, the decimeter is 1/10. So there are 10 of them in a meter stick. So you notice going from really small units to larger units. And that's what King Henry doesn't usually drink chocolate milk is all about. Again, all based on the meter. Just remember that. So, whoops, I have my rag in my pocket here. So from small unit to large units. And so far, I think you guys are getting that. Today's lesson, and I just erased half the title, is all about capacity. And the 2 terms that you're going to use today, or the 2 different ones, are going to be milli, again, milliliter, oops, milliliter, and there's milli, again, that means 1,000. Remember, it's a small unit. And then there's going to be the liter. So those are the 2 terms used for the capacity units. And a liter is just 1. So there's 1,000 milliliters in a liter. So if I were to use my eyedropper and fill this with water, it would take 1,000 of those drops, the milliliters, to fill a liter. And again, it's all based on, at this point, the liter. And I don't know, Dawson, do you know if there's anything bigger than that liter in the metric system, or are these just the 2 capacity units you use?
It's a kiloliter.
There's a kiloliter? So something much bigger. Kiloliter. Wow. You learn something new every day.
All of them are the same. They go with the
So this is your base, right?
Centa, all that stuff.
So this is 1,000. This equals 1,000 liters. Okay, so it's really kind of fun. If you are getting used to the metric system, I mean, you should pick it up pretty quick because it's all base 10, and that's why the rest of the world really uses it. It's just one of those very convenient things to utilize. I don't know, when you're cooking, I know a lot of foreign cookbooks. I was thinking about, we have a beautiful Asian cookbook that uses milliliters and milliliters and grams and all of that, which is based on the meter or the metric system. And a lot of American cookbooks just use the standard or customary system, which has like your half cup, your teaspoons, tablespoons, that kind of stuff. Okay, that's the lesson. It's pretty easy. I just want you to remember that this lesson is capacity. And I was joking last week and I said capacity. So think about things that can fill vessels. And you've got your bowls, you've got your larger units. If I were to draw my oh gosh. It's one of those fancy water bottles.
Swell.
A swell. So this is going to be a liter. And then if you have a tiny little eyedropper, and they sometimes would use this for, like, if you were to squeeze a bulb full of that liquid and put it in your baby's mouth, it's more something you'd use for like infant distribution of liquids or cold medicine. So it's a tiny, tiny portion. So again, think about milli as being 1,000, and it's small, it's a small unit, and liter as being a bigger unit. So this is 1 whole, and this is 1 over 1,000. All right, can you read sideways? That's it. Have fun with it, 4th graders. You're getting it. Base 10, super cool, easy to convert. Talk to you tomorrow.